I'm going to come to Major Shalela Dowdy because it's people like you, young people like you, who give me hope that we are going to be okay. And as we have this somewhat of a debate, somewhat of a conversation around if democracy was birthed, if at least the first chapter was birthed, or if it's birthed now, I know that with you, especially when we go back to what April just said about building up our institutions, you were in several of them. You got Delta, you got NCNW, you got Black Voters Matter, you got what I missed? NAACP. And there are so many folks in your demographic that'll say some of our organizations are irrelevant, and you have said not so, and you've engaged. Talk to us about why.
Yes.
Well, if I gotta go after anybody, it's an honor to go after my Delta sister, April Albright. So I'm Shalela Dowdy. I'm happy to be here. Thank you all for coming out to attend this panel. The organizations that Angela named, the NAACP, NCNW, I've been a member of the Young Professionals of the Urban League, I'm in the Army. These organizations paved the way for my generation. Amen. Right? And so now it's time for my generation to pick up the baton. And I've had the opportunity to do that by holding leadership positions in the NAACP, striving to be great in Delta, being able to be a plaintiff in a historic voting rights case led by amazing attorneys from the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. And so these organizations laid the blueprint and the foundation. And right now, in these trying times in America, we need to turn to those organizations for guidance and leadership. Right now, a lot of millennials don't know what the NAACP is. And for me, as a 35-year-old, I make it my business to let them know that they led the fight in voting rights here in America. That it's the oldest and boldest civil rights organization in America. I bring awareness to the organization that I have the honor to work for, Black Voters Matter, to let them know that we're building Black political power in our local neighborhoods by going door to door to educate people. Where we're lacking right now is education in this country. The first time the average person sees the ballot is on election day. You have all these positions on the ballot. You don't know who none of these people are. Education. And so we're aiming to educate them. Educate them on what's going on in this country, educate them on how a bill passes through the State House, how a bill passes through Congress, so that when they go to the ballot after we've fought against voter suppression in the state of Alabama and got a win at the United States Supreme Court and have been able to elect our new congressman for the Alabama 2nd Congressional District, Shamari Figurs, has just entered the building, right? It's a multi-step process. We see what the issues are, and we go after it. And so when we're asking, what do we do in this country? Turn to these organizations that are over 100 years old. Join them. Are you a member? Because they have laid the blueprint. And for me, as someone who has chosen to take that baton, seek leadership in these orgs, take the baton, and be a plaintiff in a case that at surface level, knowing what the Supreme Court looks like, we didn't know if we were going to get that win. But you got to have that hope that you'll be able to overcome those barriers that are in your place. Because as an African American in America, we've always had to overcome barriers.
Come on now.
We've always had to fight for what's right.
That's right.
Right? We got that win. We're still in court. Louisiana goes to court on March 24th in front of the United States Supreme Court. This is a never-ending battle that we need to be up to take the charge and do the work. Being able to be a plaintiff in this case gave me, as a regular citizen, to have the opportunity to have a voice. And not only does it give me an opportunity to have a voice, but I'm able to educate my peers, educate my community on the importance of what it means to be able to cast a ballot. The work that went behind us being able to cast a ballot. The work that went towards walking from Selma to Montgomery just to register to vote. Now I can do that from my phone. And so these organizations, they have laid the groundwork. There are new organizations that have arisen in our community. We have Woke Vote, which is based out of Birmingham. Amen. Right? Black Voters Matter is a new org. Yeah. Find your place in history and be a part of the change. We can't do it alone. We do have our leaders of our national organizations in here, but these organizations are nothing without its membership. And we are the membership.
That's right.
I will say I don't feel like enough of us are doing the work. And if you are one of those people that are working, look within your community. Look within your family. Put your family to work. It's going to take all of us to overcome the issues that we have at the highest level in our nation right now. Do the work. Join the orgs. They're there. We have the blueprint. But we need to take hold of the blueprint and be willing to come together as a community and do the work.
Amen.
Major Dowdy, thank you. The congressman is going to join our panel now. I'm going to put some of this down over here. Congressman Shamari Figures has joined us. And also, I want to make sure I acknowledge Maya Wiley from the Leadership Conference of Civil Rights, who's joined us.